I ain't even got my tea. I'm child. Lana, what's going on, baby? Guess what? What? Hi, guys. How's it going? How is your mother's yay? What I missed? What I missed? Guess what? Guess what? All right. The other day when I was live here on YouTube, it said I could send memberships, right? And now I'm on here and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna save it for tea time. And now I'm on tea time. It doesn't give me the option to send the memberships. How rude. I just graduated from Lone Star. Congratulations, Lana. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Yes, Hunty, doing it. What am I even writing, baby Jesus? So yeah, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations, my love. Hello, hello. How's everyone's day? How's it going or whatever? Hi, Tanisha. Oh, wow, just. Hi, Finn. How are you? Kuzu kuzula. Finn, your art was so beautiful you were working on earlier. Hi, Melissa. I'm so excited. So I'm not going to be telling any of my stories today. I'm strictly going to tell other people's business. So I'm going to put a poll up and y'all can pick which one y'all want first. I got a word. There's only certain words you can put in here. Let me see. Thank you. Oh yeah, what was I working on earlier? It was like a skull with I don't know the correct term for it, like the feathering powwow headdress. All right, everybody vote. Everybody vote on which story you want first. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Bandana. Thank you. It was really cool. It was really cool looking. No, I literally came in. Like I came in, I tapped a little bit and everything. And then I was like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. And that's when I left out. Like I literally came in. But you were at the time you weren't actually like painting. I think you had stepped away. So you might not have like seen me at the time anyway. To any newbies who are watching me from the outside, welcome. Hello. If you're new to subscribing to me, because a lot of you are subscribing to me in the last 24 hours, hi. This is the silly, newsy, just newsy part of my page. Welcome. Happy Mother's Day, Dashboard Cowboy. Well, not for you, but for your other half, if you have kids. That's crazy. I must admit, I'm almost positive you walked away, Finn. Like, I feel like you were like, pay, and then you walked away to like do something or get something. And I tapped for a little bit, and I was like, gotta go to the bathroom, and then I left. Not Tanisha, don't laugh. These are serious. These two stories are serious. Make sure you give the live a thumbs up. Thank you for who already. Apple be on one. Like, oh my God. You got 6 more minutes, y'all. I'm actually just going to get some tea and put it in my cup instead of a teacup at the moment. serious stories. He's talking some, I bet. They're serious. Serious things going on. But yeah. I got sidetracked. I was talking to Sissy and stuff. My bad, y'all. We getting sidetracked. I'm glad she couldn't see what was over here. That would have been terrible. Oh my God. She wouldn't have known it was for her, but still. 57% of broke down car ruined marriage. Uh-oh. Love a good tea time. Love a good tea. And for Mother's Day, I'm at church listening. Now that I fully have ad revenue and things of that nature on my videos, I have to make sure. Did y'all see Woozy coming down here running like a bat out of? Okay. Anywho, I got to make sure that I censor myself. So if I'm in the middle of talking about something, I'll be like, you must be crazy. That's how that's going to sound from now on. I have to, even though I naturally curse, I will do my best not to. Okay. YouTube, you hear that? I'm trying to be a better person. And you being at church listening to me instead of getting information from the Lord. I love you for that, Tanisha. Bless you. Okay, hold on. Cat's on the move. Woozy. I know you better not be on my table. All right. I'm watching you. Slim. Because Woozy want to fight me on a regular basis. Then you going to sneeze at me? How rude. Rude. But yeah, we're going to get into it. I hope everyone is having a good, Mother's Day. I'm getting that too. You getting a Lord and a heathen at the same time? Blessed be. Cha. I promise you I ain't saved. I'm definitely heathen. And I'm a newsy one at that. And then you got the audacity to be a newsy one. What? When is tea time? In 3 minutes. Then you better get over to my YouTube if you want to hear about this tea, honey. And I want to be clear. I promise y'all, if my late husband was still alive and I was doing tea time, he'd be sitting right there on the couch behind me. He'd be like, listening to the story. He'd be like, yeah, I remember that. He'd be the official hype man. He'd be like, I remember that story. That thing crazy. Like, he would have been the official hype man of tea time. Like, or he'd be standing up over here where you can't see him playing NBA 2K and will just randomly mute and be like, what'd she do? He was that type of guy. And I loved it. And the next person I'm with better be just like that. I want him to be like, what's the tea? Oh, these chicks is wild. Like, I need that. I need that in my life. Y'all got 2 more minutes, and then I'm in this live. Get over to YouTube. Full tea time is about to start. Somebody messaged Brianna. Tell her spatula. I was talking to her earlier, but somebody get Caitlin in here. Still, me and Sissy still want our video, Caitlin. We not letting. I know you might rewatch this later, Caitlin. So I want to make sure I put this in the beginning so you don't forget. Me and Sissy just want to see a little sneak peek. You ain't got to be like that. It's Mother's Day, Caitlin. My God. Nita, thank you so much for the follow, my love. Hi, J. Michelle. You ain't got to be like that, Caitlin. My God. Me and Sissy. What she do? Listen, Finn. I really, truly wish y'all could have met my late husband. He was me, 5 years older and a man. Y'all think I'm wild and like crazy and silly, and us together was a dynamic duo of stories. I'm just trying to tell you, like, wild. Maybe I'll give y'all a wild J story. Maybe at the end, if we got time. Mona, welcome to tea time. It's going to start in 1 minute. Y'all better get on over to my YouTube for tea time, y'all. Finn's here. Check. It's about to get good. Make sure you vote. Y'all see the poll over there? Sorry, mirrored image. Y'all see the poll up there? Make sure y'all vote. Make sure y'all vote. That broke down car ruined marriage. It's got some layers. I'm actually going to write down the names to make sure I don't forget nobody. Okay. But yeah, yeah. It got layers. These stories are not mine. I'm telling y'all stories from either current friends or previous friends that I no longer have. Okay. I'm telling stories from other people's stories. I ain't we gonna preserve mines, okay, for Wednesday in case I don't get no emails. But I might be getting some emails, so we'll keep it pushing. And it was also my fault I didn't get any emails because I didn't promote it on Instagram or TikTok. My bad. I be forgetting. Okay, the time has come. The war said, if you're not at Tea Time on my YouTube, please get over there now. Love your faces. Have a great Mother's Day and a great Sunday. I'll see y'all later on the night. Bye. Okay, we here. We are here. What we got? Okay, so y'all want to hear about the broke down car that ruined a marriage. And baby. Caitlin's present. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna write down the names, the different names I'm giving the people in this scenario, so I don't forget who's who. Okay, so we have Lauren. Lauren and Mike have been married. Nisha's here. Was married. Okay, for 14 years at that time. This was 2024. 10 or 12 years ago. Okay, give or take. Okay. I do not talk to these people anymore. I do not know if they figured it out. Last I heard, divorce was on the horizon. Okay, here we go. So Mike has a group of friends. Let's call them all together. We're gonna call them the Fantastic Four, the F4. Okay. It's Mike and his three besties. Okay. Now, Mike at that time, happy Mother's Day, love. Mike at that time had a Ford Explorer, a very nice Ford Explorer. Be clear, it was beautiful, very well kept. On the newer side, had a lot of gadgets and gadgets for, 10, 11, 12 years ago. Not as gadget and gadgety they are today, but, still really, really nice. So the Fantastic Four, out of the Fantastic Four, Mike was married, and number 2 out of the Fantastic Four was married. We're just going to call him number 2. Number 3 and number 4. Number 3 was in a situationship, okay? And number 4 was just out here. He was community P, okay? He was just for the streets, okay? So one night, the Fantastic Four goes out to dinner and to Shaky Butts. If y'all can't put together what Shaky Butts is, I don't know what else to tell you, but I need you to figure it out. So they go out to dinner and they go out to Shaky Butts. Now, Lauren, for years, since Lauren turned 18, yes, Shaky Butts, Mona. Since Lauren turned 18, would be in and out of Shaky Butts working. That was kind of like her side hustle. Like if she had a vacation coming up, if she wanted to get a new car, if she wanted to, she wanted to buy something or spend like a large amount of money, she would work a little bit more at Shaky Butts to, get the money up quicker. Okay. Good side hustle. Okay. Now, my assumption is Lauren and Mike never knew as a couple that Lauren's side hustle was Shaky Butts. We're going to go with that's my assumption, that Mike never knew, okay? But I figured since y'all were married so long, where did you think her money would just appear from when she wanted to go on some elaborate destination trip? Like she did, and keep in mind, her regular job was like an office job. Like answering phones, pushing paper. It wasn't nothing elaborate. She wasn't a manager. She wasn't a VP. She wasn't none of that. It was like a regular, schmegular worker. Okay. So where do you think she's getting money from to take y'all to Paris for a week out of nowhere? Like, where do you think she's getting money to upgrade her car every couple of years? I'm sure you know how much that woman get paid, or she lied to you and you think she's some VP at her job. Once again, I never got to the bottom of that, okay? So anywho, the Fantastic Four go to Shaky Butts. Now, Lauren worked at multiple Shaky Butts. And the reason Lauren worked at multiple Shaky Butts was that she never ran into people who actually knew her. That was the kicker. You know, you go further out. You go away from where your people live, your family. You know, you kind of know how people maneuver. You know what I'm saying? So you stay away from those places because you don't want them being like, bitch, I know that's not Lauren up there. You know what I'm saying? You know, you do your research. Okay? So anywho, this one particular night, Fantastic Four apparently went to another state to go to dinner. One of the fantastic that is Pennsylvania, Jersey, Delaware, or better, like Philly, Jersey, Delaware. Like it's really Philly. Like it ain't all Pennsylvania. It's really tri-state area is that. Okay, whatever. So she would head over to the other states. Okay. Well, this one particular night. This is how she told the story. Fantastic Four shows up, including Mike, her husband. But they came in not all together. Like maybe they were doing something in the car and one of the Fantastic Four came in. So number 4, Mr. Community Pete, he came in first, paid, walked in, was looking around, trying to find a spot for them to gather. You see what I'm saying? And it was her time to hit the stage. Now her name... Her Shaky Butt's name is, I'm not going to say is, I'm going to say was Luscious Chocolate. Live your life, okay? So they announced Luscious Chocolate hitting the stage, okay? And she get on up there and she started doing her thing. When she went to go twirl, she saw number 4 of the Fantastic Four and was like, what is happening? Like, okay. I could probably pay him, or I'm just repeating the story. I could probably pay him or talk him out of saying anything, right? That's her thought process. He's that type of scumbag. You know how your husband at the time always got different types of friends? There's always one that's never the good one. Always the one that you be like, why are you friends with him? Like, I would appreciate it if you stop being friends with him because he's a terrible human. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's going to get you into some shit. He's that type of friend. Like, you could pay him off. He would shut up for whatever you plan on giving him. He would not say nothing. He's the type of friend that'll sleep with your girl and not tell you until you broke up with your girl. He that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, she sees him. She like, you know what? I'll handle him later. Let me do my set. Let me get these coins. Because Lauren is a very beautiful woman. Or Luscious Chocolate, as I should say. She definitely kept her body right and tight. She definitely knew how to get these coins. So they making it rain. She doing her little dancey dance. Whoop-de-whoop. She gets off. If you ever been to a Shaky Butts, normally the girls will get off stage and they'll go around the room to see if anyone who wasn't close enough to the stage. Yeah. Anywho, you go around and get your dollars. Okay. So as she walking around, here comes number 3. And here comes her husband walking in. She peeps it. She books it to the back. Like she quickly does that turn. She gets where she can't be seen, right? Now, at this particular club, there is a time limit. It's not very you come and go as you please. It is and it isn't. You come when you want, but you have to work a set amount of hours. Shaky Butts, all of them got different rules, different states, different whatever. So there's a set amount of hours you got to work. Like you can't just come in for a half an hour and say you make 500 bones. And you like, good, I'm gone. That's not it. Like you either doing 2, 4, 6 or longer type of deal. She set herself up for 4, right? So she ain't got no choice but to do the 4 hours. She's like, what am I going to do? I only been here an hour and a half. Like I got to go back out there. This is now going to start drama. So she goes to security. Her thought process is get the Fantastic Four kicked out. Like tell them, unfortunately, no, the owners, they don't want you in here tonight. We're so sorry about that and try to get them out. She goes to security. She tells them what's going on. Like, listen, my husband don't know. I got to go back out here. I got to do my 4 hours. I can't lose my side hustle. My husband can't know. If he finds out, he's going to turn this place up. And his friends, if anybody got a problem, they're going to fight. And I'm trying to eliminate the whole debacle, right? So her and security then go to the manager. The manager that was then on staff was a woman. The other managers, there's like 3 or something she said, they weren't there, and they're all guys. It's a slower night, so you normally don't think nothing's going to pop off, so they had the chick on. So she goes, well, I can't let you leave. I don't have enough girls here, so you have to stay and work. But I also can't kick them out because they just paid to get in, and I'm not allowed to give refunds. So like if I boot them out, there's got to be a reason. So it became like a plan to get them booted. Now, how do you get booted out of strip clubs? You too intoxicated and you over the top, you stealing alcohol, you berating and harassing the bartenders, or you touching the girls. That's where it gets you. Now, here's her downfall. The Fantastic Four isn't drunk enough. Like, they are not lit enough to do something stupid to get them kicked out. They on chill. They just like, oh, we just got here. We got our first drink. So she's like, none of them are going to touch the girls. That's not going to work. None of them are drunk enough to steal alcohol. That's also not going to work. You know what I mean? What are we going to do? So they back there scheming. Other girls are going out, you know, whatever. A girl comes back in that's working that day with her and goes, girl, they out here tonight. Thank God I came on a slow night. Just got me a few hundred from these dudes in the corner. And she was like, was one of them with a beard and like a fedora? I told y'all it was 10 plus years ago. Okay, fedoras was the shit. All right. So she was like, yeah, one of them was. They tipping, girl. You better go get that money. And she goes, I need you to do me a favor. I'll give you $100 right now. Find a way to get them kicked out. And she's like, why would I get them kicked out, girl? I told them I would be right back. I'm not trying to get them kicked out. That's my money. It's like, they on. And she like, one of them is my husband. I need him out. He doesn't know I'm in here. And she's like, ooh. Yeah, no, bitch, I can't do it though. Cause like, I just pay my rent and I'm broke and I just came up $500. Like, I need to get another $500 off of them. And she was like, you can't help me out. And the girl was like, fuck no. Like, all's fair with love and coins, okay? Like, it is what it is, bitch. You on your own. You about to tell your husband something he didn't know. So the manager goes, you've been back here too long. I told you I don't have enough girls on the floor and there's more people coming in. You have to go out. You have to deal with your husband. I'll keep security near them if they pop off, but you need to go out. Like, try to stay away from that corner. Try not to be seen, I guess. So she stays at one part because the VIP is closed because it's a slower day. So it's not like she can stick her in VIP where they won't see. You know what I'm saying? So she stays on one side of the club where it's a little bit darker. So hopefully, you know, can't see her face. But number 4 of the Fantastic Four knows she in there. So she don't know if he done said something to them and her husband, or is he playing it low key to see what happens? Because once again, he's a shitty dude. Like, they exist. It is what it is. Okay. So anywho, she doing her job. She making some coin over there in the corner over here, you know, where she not out in the boom. Here's the problem. You have to do a certain amount of dances on stage before your shift is over. So she asked to switch time on stage with another girl and she agreed. It doesn't matter though. They stayed long enough for her to hit the stage one more time. And I'm like, now mind you, while she telling me this, I'm like, bitch, what you do? Bitch, like, what you do? Right? She had to hit the stage. But what did she do? She went into the costumes from Halloween and pulled out a mask. Now, I don't remember what mask it was. She did tell me, but I'm so sorry. I don't remember what type of mask. It was like it was a mask for like a superhero, but I don't know which one. But deep in my fupa, I want it to be a Hawk mask. Because that makes it 10 times funnier. You on stage, your booty cheeks are clapping, and you got a Hulk mask on. Like, in my mind, I need it to be a Hulk mask, okay? So, anywho, she gets up there with the mask on. She does her dance. She collects her coins. You know, she walks around. She walks right past her husband, right past the whole group. She has no choice. She walks the whole bar, gets her little dollars, okay? And she goes in the back, like she going to the bathroom to count her money, straighten everything out. Because they give them time to do that. But the manager is back in there again, like, girl, finish your shift. There's security over there by your husband. You got to do what you got to do. So once again, she had an agreement with the girls. Y'all take all of the club. Just leave me this little corner. Nobody's over here. Oh, well. Like, that's what she felt like. She's just like, stay away, stay away. Okay, so she collects herself. She gets her shit. She takes the mask off. She comes out. She comes out. Number 3 of the Fantastic Four, who's in a situation, stops and goes, oh, shit. And she goes, shut up. Shut up. Don't say anything. Chill out, okay? He does not know. He's like, why would you do this to him? He's like, shut up. I will handle it. Just stay over there, okay? I will tell him tonight when I get home. When he gets home from hanging out with y'all, just stay over there and shut up and tell that other one, Mr. Number 4, to shut up too, because he saw me. Now, number 2, who's also married, and her husband have not seen her. It's just the other 2. So she's like, just tell him to shut up and let me handle this, please. And they like, all right, man. We just tipped y'all. I just seen your whole body, girl. And she's like, shut up. It doesn't matter. It's just a body. Chill out. So he's like, okay. So he goes to the bathroom, does whatever he was doing, being over in that area, and then went back. She finishing her shift. She makes it to the last 30 minutes of not being recognized. And while she's sitting on the lap talking to some guy, sweet talking, keeping her head low, because she had a longer weave, okay? Keeping her head low, got her weave like this, trying not to be seen, but sweet talking this guy up, doing her job. Okay, she's sweet talking. She notices out her peripheral, she sees her husband stand up like that. So she kind of goes like this, and she sees like, oh shit. He notices like you know how you see somebody from across the way, like, damn, they look familiar. Damn, that's the look he was giving her, like, who is that? No, that's not them. He was looking like that. Baby, it took 2 minutes. She couldn't get up fast enough off that man's lap because he was trying to keep her there, and he came walking. Now, security peeped it and was like, stayed like relatively, I'm hiding at work so I can Elena, I love you. So he starts stalking over with the friends, except for the other married guy, number 2 of the Fantastic Four, because he don't know what's going on. But 3 and 4 of the Fantastic Four, like, and here we go. Because they peeped her. They already seen her. But the married guy sitting at the thing like, yo, what's going on? Type of deal. They walking over. Security is directly behind him like, if he pop, we grabbing all 3 of them and we getting them out of here. You know what I mean? He comes over. He don't say nothing. They all like in a triangle with the security behind him. They don't even know the security behind him. He's sitting there. He looking at her. And she's like, hey, baby, I'll be right with you. Like, she working. She's sitting on board lap. Like, she got to make it look good. You know what I mean? Like, she's trying to alleviate. I don't think that's really going to alleviate the problem because you just called him baby like he was a customer and not your husband. And your boobies is out and you are wearing a thong. and he like, and he's still like, she said all he looked like was this. Almost like sheer shock, bewilderment, okay? Just like, this is my wife, almost fully naked, sitting on a random guy's lap in a strip club. I think I'm delusional, or I'm drugged, or like I'm losing it. Like, what is happening? Hey, Nancy. So like, confuzzled, okay? So he stood there for like 10 minutes while she finished up the conversation, was like, these are my old customers, baby. Let me just give it a few minutes when I'll be right back. And he was like, okay, babe, I understand. No beef. So then she gets up. She walks away. She doesn't touch him. She walks past him because she sees security behind him. She walks past them. She stops and she goes, come with me, please. Takes him to like another corner opposite of that guy, like over there. So she sits down. They walk over. He's standing there. He says nothing. He's still staring at her in complete and utter shock. Like, and she's like, I've been doing this off and on since I was 18. No, I've never cheated on you. I don't kiss them. I don't sleep with them. I get their money and I come home to you. I'm sorry I didn't tell you this years ago. Like, type of deal, like giving a spiel. Trying to give him all the information at one time. So if he's going to go postal, this is the moment he's going to do it. But at least he has all the facts. Here it is, right? She even goes into like, I work at 4 different clubs, 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. I do it on random occasions when we going on trips, when we doing this, like, blah, 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 like diarrhea of the mouth. And he's just, He goes, he has a drink in his hand, knocks it back, sets the glass down. He goes, okay. And then he looks at his boys. He's like, time to go. They whistle over to the fourth bull, who's still sitting, very confused on what is happening. They like, up, and they leave. Now, this is where it gets a little hectic. They go to leave. She finishes her shift. She goes to leave. Unbeknownst to her, when she goes to leave the club, his truck is still there. Right? And she looking like, are they really all still sitting here waiting for me to get done? Like, is this about to be a battle in the parking lot? Like, am I going to have to fight for my life or something? Nancy, thank you. Not the tea. And what is that, a bird? Got your coffee, okay? And that's on period. Thank you, Nancy, for the super sticker. So she's trying to figure it out. She puts her stuff in the car. She goes over to his truck. They're not in the truck. So she's like, where did they go? So she waits in her car. She calls, she texts, he doesn't answer. She calls one of the Fantastic Four, he doesn't answer. She shoots a text at the other Fantastic Four, and he goes, we'll be back at the car in a minute. They took like a walk, like a few blocks away, just to, I guess, let some steam out, talk it out. I don't know, whatever these brothers was doing, okay? So they come back. She gets out the car. They stay by the car. The husband, Mike, walks up to Lauren. So he goes, I'm just trying to understand why you couldn't tell me. That's how the conversation started. It was going on like 30 minutes of conversation. And dudes was like, yo, let's go. Y'all can talk about this at home. They go to start the car. They can't start the car. They're trying to figure out why the car not starting. Like I said, this was a very good, like a well taken care of expedition. There was nothing wrong with this vehicle. Why is it not starting? Right? On top of that, she goes, well, call AAA. Let me take them home. I'll come back for you. In her car. Like, let me get these guys out of here and I'll come back to get you when the tow people take the car type time, right? She goes to get into her car. Her car doesn't start. Now, it's not the battery, because you know when you get in your car, the lights and shit turn on. It's not her battery. Her car don't start. Hers is giving like a noise. Almost like the starter went or the battery is dying, one or the other. His ain't doing nothing. Like, they're trying to figure out, like, what the happened out here? Like, how did all of our cars just break down out of nowhere? And I think at the time she had a Corolla, right? Or a Camry. Either a Camry or Corolla. So their cars were good when they went where they were going. And then out of nowhere, they don't work. They called AAA for the cars. Okay. They go inside. They ask the security, pull the footage and see if anyone messed with the cars while they were out here, because both of our cars are not starting and we don't understand why. Like, that's random. Now, there's a bunch of other cars, but those people are still inside, so they're not coming out to start their cars. The guy, remember the girl she asked to take one for the team and try to get them kicked out, and she said no? And remember the guy that Lauren was sitting on? Apparently, when the guy who lap she was sitting on, when he went out for a smoke, he saw her husband and the Fantastic Four pull up in that expedition. So he knew what car they was in. The girl who wouldn't take one for the team obviously works with Lauren often. She knows what car Lauren drives. The guy poured something. Now, we still don't know to this day what it is. Poured something in the top of the hood, poured something in the bull's engine and put shit in his gas tank. And whatever he did, it didn't start it. Now, she doesn't know the specifics. She does not know the specifics. Okay? She has no fucking idea what that guy did to her husband's car. But her car, that chick left. Now, her shift was over before Lauren's. So, like I said, Lauren had a half an hour after the husband figured it out. That girl was already gone from her shift. She cut wires. She cut brakes and shit under Lauren's car because she said, you a hateful bitch trying to keep me from my money. Whatever she did, Lauren could not start her car. Whatever she did, she ended up having to trade that car in. Like, she just got rid of it and was like, I'm not paying to fix whatever she did. Like, just like, I guess insurance paid for some of it and she paid for the rest. Like, she just got rid of it and traded it. His car, on the other hand, I don't even know what happened to his car because that's when he snapped. Listen, when the AAA dude showed up and lifted the hood and was like, yo, what happened to your engine? That was it. He lost it on her. The friends had to hold him back. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't happen. What the? Like, he went ballistic. Lauren told me he was ballistic for like 4 days straight. He would not, anytime he talked to her when the kids weren't around, it was screaming and yelling and volatile. Like, even if she sat there quiet, he was going, just laying into her. Rightfully so. You've been lying to him for years. Like, girl, you could have been told him. You should have told him from Jump Street. I don't know. Anywho, laying into her. Days laying into her. And sure enough, by that 5th day, she came home from her regular job. Okay? She came home from her regular job. His closet was cleaned out. All his stuff was gone. And there was divorce papers on the kitchen table. Now, hear me out. I don't think he would have filed for divorce if that dude didn't mess up his car. It's one thing for you to be lying to me about being a scripper because I can't prove that you like cheated on me or not. If you say you don't, I could try to believe it after you lying to me for all these years. But now you got homies fucking with my ride. You know how men are about their cars if they're car guys. You know how they are about their cars, baby. He was not a happy kid. He was not happy in that divorce. Of my knowledge, from what she told me the last I talked to her, is that she signed it because there was no fixing this. But I feel like communication and some therapy, y'all could have fixed that. I mean, the car thing you can't fix. Like, I guess the car was done. But like, then again, trust is gone because then it's like, what else did you lie to me about? Yeah, that's a lie. Probably not. Of my knowledge, she said she signed it. I haven't spoken to her since. And Lauren and Mike is not their real names, but I haven't spoken to her since. I wish her well. Whatever you do, don't lie to your spouses about what your side hustles are. Like, if you on Feet Finder and OF, like, don't, if you're a scrupple, like, don't be out here, you a prostitute or something. Like, don't be out here lying to people. Just tell them what it is and let them take it or not. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't care. Some people was like, all right, live your life. Like, who am I to tell you what to do? Like, I don't know, but just I still to this day would like to know what he poured into that guy's car that messed up his engine so bad that he couldn't start his car, that the lights weren't even coming on. Like, was it acid? Did you burn the battery? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. And the battery normally isn't close enough to the hood, but like the way he was pouring, it must have splashed. It had to be acid. I don't know. And I don't know. I'm still mad. I also would like to know what mask she wore on stage. Was it the Hulk mask? Lauren, if you ever miraculously see this video somehow and you be like, bitch, I know you didn't just tell my story. I did. But I need you to go ahead and message me separately and just be like, yeah, bitch, it was a Hulk mask. like, what was it? Like, I just want to know. Were you just rocking like a Spider-Man mask? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. It wasn't even Halloween. Like, you told me, but I just don't remember. So sorry, Lauren, in advance. That's how our car ruined the marriage. I mean, other things ruined the marriage, but I promise y'all, the car, right over the hill. It tipped it right over. I promise you. Promise. Anywho, now we're getting to the smelly cat. That's what we're going to call it. See, YouTube, I'm trying to be better. A for effort. I had a friend who liked to party. And at that time, and when I mean by party, she liked to go out dancing and get drunk. That's what I mean by party. Not drugs. None of that. Okay. It was music randomly turns on. So I would normally be the DD whenever we would go out to nightclubs because she would go too far. Also, I couldn't trust her because she would start fights and stuff in the club sometimes. I'd be out here fighting for my life with this goof. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I also didn't have any other friends that like to go out and go dancing at clubs. So she was like my only one. And I really didn't like going by myself. Not in those types of situations. I was 21. Men used to scare me in a weird way. Like it just, yeah, I didn't, yeah. So anyway, this would be the night that I met Jay or Jeremy, my late husband. Okay. It's the night I met him. And I'm going to give certain information that I don't mind giving. So this nightclub at the time is in Philadelphia off of Spring Garden. It was called Palmer's. I'm saying was because it's no longer called Palmer's. It's definitely called something else or it's completely shut down by now. It changed like 3 names while I still lived in Philly. So I don't know what it's called. Anywho, this club, Sugar, maybe. So this club had 3 levels. The first level was like where the pool tables were in like a bar or two and had like a more chill music. The second level was the hip hop, rap, dance floor, 2 bars, and a bathroom. Third level was the Jamaica Man Club. Okay, that's where the winding and twerking up there. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So, anywho, how I met Jay was because my friend was talking to his friend Tone. May he also rest in peace. Okay, so God. So one thing I will tell you about my friend, um, she wasn't the cleanliest person on the planet. And I'm not talking about her physical body because that part I would not know. I'm talking about her surroundings, like her room. She was shit everywhere all the time. Like I'm all for having a messy lifestyle because I be having that. It piles up. Okay. But eventually you clean it. If she cleans, she'll clean like a corner and never get to the rest of the room. And it's just mess. Mess on mess on mess on top of mess. So sometimes when I would go to her house to get dressed to go out, it'd be really uncomfortable and really like, girl, pick this up, like clothes and wrappers and anywho, she meets him, they talking in the corner, whoopty whoopty whoop. I'm still out dancing. I told her just stay here until I get back and I'll come and check in and out. But I'm here to dance. I'm not here to get drunk. I'm not here to I'm just here to dance and listen to some music and get out the house. I was 21. Like I did all my drinking in high school. Like it is what it is. But I mean, I kind of did a lot of drinking in high school. It's very under wraps. Anywho, child. Anywho, I wasn't really there for that. I wasn't trying to meet nobody. But we'll skip the me and Jay part. That's for another day. So they exchanged numbers. Okay. They started going out on no, I'm sorry. Their first official date was a double date with me and Jay, which wasn't me and Jay's first date. It was our second date. We had a first date separate of anybody else. And then that was like a double date that we went on. Okay. She was real Joe. She was real weird on that date. And I'm not really sure why, but I later figured out why, and it was real stupid. I have no time. So anyway, they dated for a little bit, like a couple months of my knowledge. A few months they were, living it up. You know what I'm saying? Well, when they finally broke up, and I wasn't really hanging out with her anymore because she had a thing with Jay that I just wasn't about. I wasn't for. Like, whatever she had going on about him, I wasn't having it. So anyway, Tone, rest in peace. Tone was like, hey, yo, do you know about your friend? And I'm like, the friends that I claim don't know y'all. Like, don't know you. So what do you mean? What friend? He's like, her. And I was like, oh, I don't really hang out with her no more. What's going on with her? Like, what happened? He's like, yeah, let me tell you something. So the first night she invited me to come over, like we had like Chinese food. And it was all good. Like we was just sitting there chilling, whatever. Her room was dirty as hell. And you would think she would clean up before having company, but she didn't. And I was like, I'm used to that. Like she never cleaned her space properly. Like just, you at least push the clothes into the closet. Like try. Not her. She left it a complete mess. Two things threw him off, or three things he said threw him off the most about her. The first thing was he noticed she didn't have a headboard, right? So she just had a bed and like a frame and like a mattress, which is fine. You don't need a headboard. It's fucking a luxury. You don't need a headboard. Anywho, she didn't have a headboard, but he noticed like when he went to lay back and kind of like look up, you know how you can kind of see the wall? There looked to be like boogie residue. I don't really know how to say it. There looked to be just questionable things on her wall that will remind you or make you think that she's like a white man on her wall. And he's like, it wasn't even a little bit, it was a lot of it where it's crazy noticeable. But he got off of work, and at the time he worked at the airport. So he kind of paid it no mind. Like he ate his food, he lay back, he got up, he went to go take a shower. So he took a shower. Now, at the time, she lived with a roommate and her daughter. So the house wasn't necessarily hers alone. But he went to go take a shower and came back, changed his clothes or like had comfy clothes on or whatever. And the Chinese food that they had finished, he noticed had like an area where she would sit, food that you finish eating before you would like, take it downstairs and put it in the trash or whatever. But he noticed that it was a lot of food, like leftover food on this table. And he was just like, is everything empty in these? He said that's what he thought. And he didn't say anything to her, but he was thinking like, is everything empty or is there old, nasty, moldy food in some of these carryout containers? And how long has it been there? Because there's more than one. It isn't like, oh, she had food for 24 hours and that was the food and she just didn't take it downstairs yet. Like the crazy thing, you also went downstairs to open the door for him. So why didn't you take out the trash? Anywho, I digress. So they were getting into adult activities, and he noticed from the jump, like from the jump, when the clothes came off, there was a smell that he knew wasn't him because he had just taken a shower. So he's like, I know it's not me. Like, I smell like soap and lotion because I just took a shower. Like, I know it ain't me. But what does that smell? Like, once again, in his mind, because one, he's a man and he very much is like that TikTok meme, like, gotta see it through, my boy. Gotta see it through. He saw it through, just the odor is just something he couldn't believe. To the point where he went to the bathroom. He went to the bathroom first, again, to, clean himself up. And the rubber had an odor on it. Like, that's how bad it was. Keep in mind, take it with a grain of salt, kids, because this is his story. They didn't end on bad blood, so I didn't think he was lying. Like, he ain't have no beef. They were just like, oh, it's just not going to work out. And they ended things. So it's not like they ended on bad blood, but I kind of believe him because he just had no reason to lie. Then again, he could be over-exaggerating. But, like, the condom had a smell, too. My feelings is hurt just thinking about it, actually. Not so glad I ate breakfast early. Like, bruh, have you ever known someone to smell that bad? It's one thing for BO. Like, I know plenty of people who have hard BO, including me. When I was a kid, running around sweating, I used to have crazy body odor. Yeah. Not enough deodorant or not the right deodorant. Like, okay, body odor is one thing, but like, the cat, you don't really talk about that, I guess. So it's not like I know my friends, if they Kuda cat is out here doing what the cootie cats are doing. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, just at this point for Mother's Day, everyone make sure that their pH balance and hygiene is top notch. Do that for yourself. One of my friends was like that. Tanisha, really? No, Tanisha, was it body odor like the underarms, or was it like the hot box? You sure it just wasn't? Olivia, I know you ain't got that cat in water. What are you doing in water? What is that? Is that the TV, or are you playing in water? Oh, I thought she done submerged the cat in water. Oh, the cat's down here. Never mind. All right, Woos, I see you still alive. Both? Okay, what do we do about this? Because in high school, there was a guy that was in gym with me, and people used to talk about how much he stank. And I felt so bad because I used to get teased about that when I was younger. And I didn't stink, but that was just something they came up with to call me smelly or whatever. And I felt bad. I'm like, why do y'all keep talking behind his back? Why don't y'all pull him to the side and talk about and have a conversation with him like a human to a human? And they're like, no, because people get offended when you say something. It's not offensive if you do it in a nice way. Like, yo, let me pull you to the side. I'm not going to out you in front of your friends. So I ended up pulling him to the side and being like, yo. People talking mash about you saying you stink. And he was like, because I never take my gym clothes home. And I'm like, yo, take them home, wash them, bring them back. Like, they talking mad shit. And then nobody want to say nothing to you because they thought you was going to snap out on them. And I don't like people just talking about people, AKA PTSD. I don't like bullies. And I don't like people just crazily talking about people in that way. If you're not like a nice enough person to be like, hey, yo, need some deodorant, bro. Like, kind of stink a little bit. Like, there's an okay way of having that conversation without you being a jerk. And y'all sitting up here laughing and always talking about this man every single week we go to gym is wild to me. Like, and he was like, man, thanks for telling me, yo. I ain't worrying about it. It is what it is. I don't stink all day long. I put on these damn gym clothes for gym once a week. But you're right. I'll take them home. Baby, why didn't you take them home every week and get them washed, sweetie bum? Why you leave your sweaty gym clothes in there and you put that shit back on? That's actually really nasty. The germs. I digress. Anywho, we did that and she got mad, so we left it alone. I don't understand how you can get mad. If it's done in a concerning way and it like, hey, yo, sis, I just want to let you know, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I don't see where the issue is. I don't see where the hurt and the upset is. Like, that'd be like if my sister came up to me and was like, hey, yo, you a little rancid today, sis. I'd be like, oh, shit. Did I shower today? I probably wouldn't do that. I'd be like, for real. Oh, okay. I am a little stinky. Let me go take a shower. Let me go home. Let me freshen up. Who knows why you smell? You could be a little bit off that day from you running around or went to the gym or whatever. Shit happens. But like you sitting there talking about somebody because they smell or getting mad when someone brings it to your attention in the appropriate way. That's team too much. Like, it seemed too much. Like, just take the criticism, handle it, deal with it, and keep it pushing. Like, do better. I don't know. Why get mad at somebody? Be like, yo, you gotta stink a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe you just didn't smell it. Who fucking knows, man? People are jerks. But anyhow, because these are other people's stories, I don't feel like any of them are spatula worthy today. Not today. But you know, if y'all got tea, make sure you email it in. I got other people on the job. I'll make sure I repost on Instagram and TikTok though. I'll post it today for Tea Time for Wednesday. But I got other people on the job. Hopefully we got some good stories coming in, full effect for Wednesday for y'all. And then I can go back to saying my stories because I got more, especially that cookie joint. Oh God. Anywho. And I just thought about another story. Child, I can't. Anyhow, I hope you guys have an amazing Mother's Day. Thank you for spending your mornings with me, whether you in church or not. Tanisha. At work, Elena. Love that for y'all. But I love your faces. Enjoy your your day. If I see you tonight on TikTok, I'll see you later. Peace.